sallallahu alayhi wasallam by night from al-Masjid al-Haram at Mecca to the farthest mosque in Jerusalem, and his mi'raj to the heaven in the company of Jibreel alayhi salam. Do you want to read? Bring your book and come here. Take the mic and read after the return of the Prophet. Take the mic. There's the mic. Come here. Okay. Look in your book, everybody, and pay attention. Now.
After the return of the Prophet ﷺ to Mecca from his agonizing journey to Ta'if, he ﷺ began speaking to the tribes during the season of the Hajj, major pilgrimage, telling them about the message of Islam with which he ﷺ was sent from Almighty
Allah.
From Almighty Allah. He ﷺ used to go to them in their homes. He ﷺ used to go to them in their markets, such as the market of Uqaz, Majinna, and Zi al-Magaz, where he ﷺ used to call them to Islam. He ﷺ said to them, O people, say there is no deity worthy of worship but Allah alone. You will then be successful.
Be careful. Call the boy to sit down. Call him to come and sit down. Come and sit down.
The Arab by virtue of it.
No.
Yet the Arabs rejected his call. The polytheists used to follow him ﷺ whenever he went.
Okay.
And stand behind him ﷺ and say to those whom he ﷺ wanted to speak, do not obey him, for he disbelieves in our religion. Undergoing such bitter, agonizing.
Undergoing such bitter. Repeat that. Undergoing.
Grievous and heartbreaking trials. Allah Azza wa Jal honored his honorable Prophet with such extreme relief, as Almighty Allah took him on a journey at night from Al-Masjid al-Haram to Al-Masjid al-Aqsa. Allah Azza wa Jal says,
okay, I can help you with that. Can you read that?
Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi laylan min al-Masjid al-Haram ila al-Masjid al-Aqsa الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير.
MashaAllah. Barakallahu feek. Fatahallahu alayk. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, after he returned to Mecca, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he embarked upon outreach. He was giving da'wah to people. Who can tell me what time he used to go out to give da'wah? Especially, what time? Sisters?
Fajr.
What time?
Fajr.
and
عصر
and
مغرب.
okay. Anyone else? What time the Prophet ﷺ used to go out to meet with the people, give them da'wah, call them to Islam? Look in your book. Yes. Yes. Speak up. Dhuhr and Asr. Okay. Anyone else? Yes. Speak up. During the season of the Hajj. I want you guys to pay attention. Let me repeat. After the return of the Prophet ﷺ to Mecca from his agonizing journey to At-Ta'if, you knew full well that his mission to Ta'if was a serious one. You knew what happened. You knew how the people treated him, right? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten what happened? Okay. So after the return, and all of that, the Prophet ﷺ, he began speaking to the tribes during the season of the Hajj. Even before Islam, the Arabs used to come to Mecca. They performed their Hajj in their own ritual ways, which was not exactly according to the teaching of Islam. But they have occasions that people gather together for the pilgrimage. They come there, they make tawaf around the Kaaba. And guess what? They used to make tawaf naked, no clothes. They say that they were dirty and filthy and all that kind of stuff. So they want to purify themselves. So they take everything down, take everything out, no clothes. Naked, going making tawaf. So they had their way of ritual, the way of performing Hajj back in the days. So people used to revere Kaaba and honor Kaaba and come there for their own worship. So the Prophet ﷺ, during the season of the Hajj, major pilgrimage, he used to reach out. We call that outreach. He used to reach out to the people, telling them about the message of Islam. Meaning he was telling them about Islam, telling them about Allah, telling them about Tawheed, the message of Islam, with which he ﷺ was sent from Almighty Allah. He ﷺ used to go to them in their homes. He used to go to them. When we say he used to go to them, what am I talking about? He used to go to them. Who? Speak up. Non-believers. He used to go to them. Polytheists, he used to go to them. Disbelievers, he used to go to them. Who? Non-Muslims, he used to go to them. Sisters, the Prophet ﷺ used to go to them in their homes. Who? He used to go to them. Yes. Muslims, he used to go to them. The tribes. Well, all that you said is part of the answer. But most especially, he used to go to the pilgrims. Remember, I told you people come to Mecca for pilgrimage. People used to go to Mecca for Hajj. Even before Islam, they used to do their Hajj their own ritual ways. So when they come there from all different tribes, they have dwellings. They have where they live. They have their places. So the Prophet ﷺ used to reach out to them, used to visit them in their homes. He ﷺ, because this is a special occasion of pilgrimage, that people come from a long way. So he seizes the opportunity. He takes advantage of this time of Hajj to reach out to people, especially who came to perform Hajj. He used to go to them in their markets, such as the market of Ukad, Jinnah, and Dhil Majaz, where he ﷺ used to call them to Islam. He ﷺ said to them, he used to tell them, O people, قُولُوا لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ تُفْلِحُوا. O people, say there is no deity worthy of worship but Allah alone. You will then be successful, or you will dominate the Arabs by virtue of it. Yet the Arabs rejected his call. They rejected the da'wah of Islam. The polytheists used to follow him sallallahu alaihi wasallam wherever he went. Some of the kuffar of Mecca, they used to follow him whenever the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam goes around to give da'wah to the pilgrims. They follow him, they go after him, and they will tell the people, do not obey him. Meaning, do not listen to Muhammad. Don't listen to him. Don't obey him. Why? They say, for he disbelieves in our religion. What was their religion? What was their religion? Polytheism, kufr, worshipping idols. That was their kufr. That was their religion. So undergoing such bitter, agonizing, grievous, and heartbreaking trials, meaning, the tests and tribulations, all of that, Allah Azza wa Jalla honored his honorable Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with such extreme relief. Allah gives him a relief, gives him a break, take him out from this ordeal, the oppression of the kuffar, the disbelief and all what they're doing. Allah Azza wa Jalla wanted to give the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam time out, give him a break, to give him some comfort, take him out from his distress, take him out from this environment, and give him something better for a little while. So Allah Azza wa Jalla gave him a break. Now, undergoing such bitter, agonizing, grievous, and heartbreaking trials, Allah Azza wa Jalla honored his honorable Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with such extreme relief, as Almighty Allah took him on a journey at night from Al-Masjid al-Haram to Al-Masjid al-Aqsa. Allah Azza wa Jalla stated, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير وآتينا موسى الكتاب وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل ألا تتخذوا من دوني وكيلا ذرية من حملنا مع نوح إنه كان عبدا شكورا. Here in this ayah, Surah Al-Isra, it's also called Surah Bani Israel. Allah revealed this ayat. I will go to the sisters, read page 64. Glorified and exalted is he. Sis, page 64. Glorified and exalted is he, Allah. Page 64.
Glorified and exalted is he, Allah, above all that evil they associate with him, who took his slave Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for a journey by night from Al-Masjid al-Haram at Mecca, at the farthest mosque farthest mosque in Jerusalem, the neighborhood whereof we have blessed, in order that we might show him, Muhammad, of our ayat, proofs, evidence, lessons, signs. Verily, he is the all-hearer, the all-seer.
So Allah Azza wa Jalla gave the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam the honor by Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj. Let me tell you this. I will make it very short and sweet. Allah Azza wa Jalla took the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from Mecca to Jerusalem in one night. Arabs and the Quraysh, they used to travel. They were merchants. They used to travel from Mecca to Jerusalem. It takes them a long while to travel back and forth. It's not a day, it's not a night, it's not a week, it's not a month. It takes them a long time to go and come. It's a long journey. Why? Because they didn't have no airplanes, so they used to travel with their camels back and forth. So, it takes them nights and days. Well, so the Prophet ﷺ, Allah gave him the honor. Jibreel alayhi salam came to the Prophet ﷺ with a ride. The ride that the Prophet ﷺ rode is called, raise your hand, it's called, yes, Al-Buraq. Al-Buraq. The Prophet ﷺ rode Al-Buraq with Jibreel alayhi salam, and they both left. They left Makkah al-Mukarramah to Al-Masjid al-Aqsa in one night. Not only that, yes. That's correct. It's a special, animal that Allah Azza wa Jalla created. That's the Buraq. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yes. What's that? No, the Buraq was a special, animal Allah Azza wa Jalla created. It's not a common, creature that is on earth that people use and take it for their business and stuff like that. No. It's special that Allah Azza wa Jalla created to honor His Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And not all the prophets rode Al-Buraq. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with Jibreel, they arrived at Jerusalem, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam led all the prophets in prayers. They were present. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam led them in the prayer, in the masjid. And then Jibreel alayhi salam and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam ascended, meaning they went up from Al-Masjid al-Aqsa to the heavens. It was a very interesting experience. ما زاغ البصر وما طغى. If you read the surah that Allah Azza wa Jalla stated, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والنجم إذا هوى ما ضل صاحبكم وما غوى وما ينطق عن الهوى إن هو إلا وحي يوحى علمه شديد القوى ذو مرة فاستوى وهو بالأفق الأعلى ثم دنا فتدلى فكان قاب قوسين أو أدنى فأوحى إلى عبده ما أوحى ما كذب الفؤاد ما رأى لقد رأى من آيات ربه الكبرى. These ayats, for your homework, Surah Al-Najm, it explains some of the miracles of Allah Azza wa Jalla to His honorable Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah granted him the honor to travel and ascend through the heaven all the way. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he saw in this trip, he saw Jannah with his own eyes. He saw the hellfire with his own eyes. He saw people in the hellfire. He saw a lot of wonders which he had never seen. And then Allah Azza wa Jalla gave him the salah during this journey. Allah gave him the salah, the prayers. And the prayers that Allah Azza wa Jalla gave the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam at the beginning was how many prayers a day, sisters? How many prayers?
15.
How much?
50.
50. Yep. 50. So we were supposed to pray 50 prayers a day. Think about it. 50 prayers. So the Prophet ﷺ was coming down and he met Musa alayhi salam. So they gave salam to each other. Long story short, Musa alayhi salam asked him, did Allah give you something for your ummah? Some praise for your ummah? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, yes, Allah gave me khamsuna salah, 50 prayers every day. Musa alayhi salam said, what? 50 prayers? No. He said, Muhammad, listen man, I'll give you advice. My nation were stronger than your nation, but my nation could not afford to do that kind of prayer a day. I have humble advice for you. Go back. Irja ila rabbik. Go back to your Lord and ask him to cut it down a little bit to reduce the prayer for you. So Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam went back to Allah and pleaded to Allah Azza wa Jalla to reduce the salah, to cut it down. Allah Azza wa Jalla reduced the salah from 50 to what? To 45. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he came down. On his way, he met Musa alayhi salam. Musa said, Muhammad, what's up? What you got? He said, I got 45. He said, 45 is a whole lot, man. I give you advice, my man, go back. Ask Allah to reduce the salah. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam went back and he pleaded to Allah Azza wa Jal, and Allah reduced the salah down to 40. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came down. He met Musa alayhi salam. Musa said, yo, what's up? What you got? He said, I have 40 salah. He said, 40 is too much. Go back. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam going back and forth till the prayer became 5. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came down. Musa alayhi salam said, ya Muhammad, what you got? He said, I got 5 prayers. Musa alayhi salam said, it's too much, man. Go back to your Lord. Ask him to cut it down a little bit. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, I am ashamed of my Lord. I went back a whole lot, man. From 50 down to 5, no way. I cannot go back. And Allah Azza wa Jalla ordained that it was initially 50 prayers, but now down to 5. But you would be rewarded for praying them the reward of 50 prayers a day. Allahu Akbar. This is a mercy from Allah Azza wa Jal. It tells you that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was concerned about you. And Musa alayhi salam gave advice to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This happened during the trip of Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj. But I have a question for you. I'll begin with the sisters. What is the significance of giving the salah during the Isra wal-Mi'raj? Not just, inspiration or wahy while the Prophet was on earth. Sisters, tell me something about it. What's the significance of the salah during the Isra wal-Mi'raj?
The importance of salah.
Yeah, absolutely. She's right. It tells you, it underscores, it explains the importance of the salah. So the salah was not just revealed to the Prophet ﷺ while he was on earth, but through Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, when he ascended. The miraculous night journey from Makkah al-Mukarramah to Bayt al-Maqdis, and then when he ascended to the heavens, Allah Azza wa Jalla ordained the salah. He gave the salah. It tells you the importance of the salah. And also, the Isra wal-Mi'raj tells us something. Brothers, I want someone to tell me. The Isra and Mi'raj, what does it tell you about the relationship of Allah Azza wa Jalla and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? I want to hear from you. Give me your input. Sit down. Give me your input. What does it tell you? Hello? Guys, what does it tell you? The whole journey from Mecca to Jerusalem and to the Sama, what does it tell you? Yes. It tells you that the Prophet ﷺ has a good connection with Allah Azza wa Jal. But here is something that is more profound, more important. It's like if the earth is tight and the earth is straight in your eyes, and the people treat you bad and mean, the heaven is vast for you. Welcome. Let's give you an example. Like you have someone people treat him bad, and you take him and say, you know what? Welcome home. Welcome home. Give him a refuge. Give him a place to rest, place to chill, place to enjoy, place to have fun. So the Prophet ﷺ, he had good time traveling and flying out. Have you traveled by plane before? Raise your hand. How many of you traveled by airplane, flying, seeing the clouds and stuff like that? It's kind of cool, right? That's right, mashallah. So it's kind of cool when you travel, and it's like, oh my God, I'm flying. You know, I'm in the air, I'm flying. So it's kind of cool. So the Prophet ﷺ, he traveled with Jibreel alayhi salam. He rode the buraq, literally. But before we take a break, I'll tell you what. Some people were thinking that the Prophet ﷺ did not travel with his own physical body. In other words, some people think that it was like kind of dream kind of thing. It was like a dream. When someone have a dream, and it's like, you know, in the dream you fly, buraq, and flying with the wings, and so it was a dream. No, it wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream. It was real. It was real. The Prophet traveled with his soul and flesh and body. He traveled himself. It wasn't like once upon a time. It was real. And the Prophet, as Allah said in the Quran, لَقَدْ رَأَى مِنْ آيَاتِ رَبِّهِ الْكُبْرَى. Allah said, مَا زَاغَ الْبَصَرُ وَمَا طَغَى لَقَدْ رَأَى مِنْ آيَاتِ رَبِّهِ الْكُبْرَى. So he saw everything real. He saw Jannah, he saw hellfire, he saw people punished that were going under punishment and so forth. So, long story short, when he returned to Mecca, he returned the same night. Even his bed was still warm. His bed was still warm. So it was like, that was kind of quick. But all that part of the mu'jiza, part of the miracle. So the next day, listen to this. The next day, the Prophet ﷺ was sitting close to Kaaba. And some of the kuffar came around, and they saw him sitting quiet, and they came to him. Listen to me. They're just like mocking at him and making fun of him. They're like, yo, what's up? Yeah, you all right? What's up? So the Prophet ﷺ said, I had a miraculous night's journey from Mecca to Bayt al-Maqdis and ascended to Sama. They say, whoa, wait a minute. What? Last night? Like last night? You went from Mecca to Bayt al-Maqdis and you went to Sama and came back the same night and slept? Wait. So should I call people? You're going to tell them the same story? They're refuting. They don't believe him. The Prophet ﷺ said, yep, I'll tell the people the same thing. So, although the kuffar, they don't believe him, they call people. We have a news for you. People gathered together, a lot of people came. And then, okay, Muhammad, go ahead, tell the people. And he told them the same thing about his miraculous night journey from Mecca to Bayt al-Maqdis, and that he ascended to Sama. The people were like, whoa, like for real? They don't believe him. So they called Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, because Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu became a Muslim. And they said, Ya Abu Bakr, your friend is claiming, he's saying this and that. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu said, if he said that, then he's telling the truth. If he said what you said, that he is telling the truth. That's why the Prophet ﷺ gave him the nickname As-Siddiq. As-Siddiq. Why? Because he believed the Prophet ﷺ. That was so cool. I'll give you 5 minutes break, or I'll give you 10 minutes break, and then we come for the tafsir. We have a few ayats to finish the surah tonight. 10 minutes break. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Shalla ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.